So welcome along. Great to catch up with you, Mark Barton, Laura Lawrence. Mark, of course, you're down in Wagga, us up here in Tamworth on a very much a spring day and heading into early spring. Exciting for us, moving into the Nutrien Classic nominations. Here to have a quick chat. We went out on socials last week asking people for some feedback on what questions they wanted answered. And so we thought we'd all sit down together and answer some of those questions for people rolling into nominations time next week. So as we said, Laura, nominations opening next week. Tell us all about it. When do they start? When do they finish?
Yeah, so nominations open on Monday, Monday the 1st of September, and you've got plenty of time. They don't close until Friday the 12th of September.
Yeah, so nearly a fortnight for people to be able to, don't need to jump in and be all over it first thing on Monday morning.
No, which gives everyone time with their pending horses as well. That's always a big stress for people. Yeah, you've still got 2 weeks to finalise those details.
Yeah, good stuff. So that's just on the Nutrien Live platform.
Yep. So you can log into that via our Nutrien Equine website, that login button in the top right-hand corner. Same platform for the last few years. So, yeah.
Good stuff. Mark, as I mentioned, we had a number of specific questions asked, and we all know that there's some changes for the Classic next year. Just to deal directly with those questions, one of the questions that was asked was, am I restricted on the number of horses that I can nominate for the 2026 Classic?
Yeah, well, thanks, Mike. And as people know, we've had 3 years of the Masters being separate, trying to break those open age horses out. We've got feedback that wasn't the preference of our clients, so we've rolled that back in. So with that being the case, we're not having a restriction on numbers per se, but obviously if we get oversubscribed, first of all, the vendors that have supported us in the past, we'll look at their support based on clearance and sale average. And with the open age horses, bringing those back in the event again for oversubscribe, we'll be looking for performance will be the criteria that we'll look forward to make our catalogue balance. But yeah, at this stage, if you've got a horse you think is worthy of coming to the sale, by all means, there's no restriction on entering. But if we do get oversubscribed, we'll look for, like I say, price support of the sale and the performance on those open age horses.
All makes sense, Mark. Tell me, another one of our questions, what age limits apply to the horses that I might nominate this year?
Yeah, again, there's 2 parts to the catalogue. There's your under 5-year-old horses, so your 2s, 3s and 4s. Obviously, they're all registered and ridden horses. They must be registered with the Australian Stock Horse, the Australian Quarter Horse Society. Bearing in mind, people talking about pending regos, if you have a horse that needs DNA, you can be up to 60 days because it's a third party that does that processing. So if you haven't got DNA done, I'd say the minute you hear this, go ahead and pull some tail hairs because it does take time to turn that round. Again, open age, we're not restricting the vendor to put them in, but we will look at the performance of the horse. So we'll take open age horses. We've never put a top limit on it, but there want to be a reason for a horse aged above 15. It'd want to have significant performance or reason to be in the catalogue. So generally, 5 to 15-year open age horses. The bulk of those are probably 5 to 10-year-old.
And so really you're talking about with your age limits, regardless of age, it's about ridden horses that you're going to be able to go and load on the truck and travel away and compete, not necessarily just about their previous experience, but that capability to be able to load them on and continue working with those horses.
Yeah, the older horse that might want to be a broodmare potentially later on, or you're looking at genetics, that's probably a better fit for our Toowoomba sale, where you've got a preg-tested in mares, preg-tested mares, or future brood mares. They're the sort of that horse has sold particularly well in our Toowoomba Supreme sale in the past. So we're looking at really this is a performance horse sale for registered ridden horses.
Good stuff, Mark. Tell us nomination fees for 2026. Any changes?
Yeah, there is a small change. We've gone up to $825 inclusive. So that's effectively a $50 increase, which has been the 770's been in place now, I think, for probably 4 or 5 years. So we've just looked at our costs, and we've made that, no secret that, the costs of running an event like this and presenting a sale catalogue like this goes up, like our printers and printing and stationery and everything that goes with it, the sale cards, etc. So it'll be $825 inclusive, and that's regardless of whether that's an under 5 or an over 5. An open age horse is the same price.
Yeah, great. Now, tell me, the event itself, pretty exciting. Laura, moving into, we've got a great little backdrop here behind us, just like we're sitting out there on the hill ready for our summer events. Laura, what are the actual event dates for the Classic for 2026?
Yeah, so our event will start on Thursday, the 29th of January, through until Sunday, the 8th of February. Our sale itself, though, will be over the 4 normal days, that being Thursday, the 5th of February, through to Sunday, the 8th.
So Thursday the 5th, Sunday the 8th is the sale?
Yep.
And I guess if I'm a vendor looking to enter horses, I'll probably need to be there maybe a couple of days before for pre-works.
Yes, correct. So you'll be looking at needing to be in there sort of that Monday, Tuesday for pre-works, but also your society inspections.
Of course. Right. Excellent. So we know the dates now. Mark, tell us a little bit about the event itself. We know that the graduate draft will come across. Are there any other changes we can expect for the Classic from an events point of view for 2026?
Yeah, there definitely will be, mate. First of all, Laura's mentioned we're starting on the Thursday. We reckon our estimated runs, first round of competition, will be 1,500 to 1,600 runs, bringing the graduates draft back in. We've seen the popularity of the Classic Challenge that's grown enormously in the last few years. So the Classic event, which is your 5 and under horses bought out of the Tamworth sale, that doesn't change. The young guns will have a 2-run limit, which has been the case. Under 25 competitors on the first day of competition, they must be under 25. So again, that hasn't changed. Our open draft, there is one tweak to the open draft though. We'll still have a 2-run limit for the stable that bought or sold last year, but as people know, it's been difficult to ascertain what horses belong to what stable. So we're going to open up the horses that they can ride, can be any horse that they can get hold of, providing that horse is a novice or open camp draft competitor, and we'll allow those 2 runs. So if you buy from as an entity or sell as an entity, that entitles you to the 2 runs. So you can bring whatever horses you like now, rather than the question as to who the owner is. Some of the horses are with good trainers that might have also bought and sold, and they'd rather compete. Interesting one though, the graduates, like we said, there's a lot of horses eligible for our graduates draft. We've got an unrestricted entry for the horses, but a competitor will be limited to 4 runs. So if your stable's bought 6, 8, 10 horses from the Classic that are still on the truck, you just have to get multiple riders if you'd like them all to compete. But every horse you've bought, whether it be from Toowoomba, Charters Towers, the Breed for the Future sale at Willinga Park when they're running, or the Classic, or even our graduates programs in September the last 3 years, those horses, as long as you haven't sold them on, are eligible. Big change, mate, with the Stallion Shootout. We've had feedback from a lot of people. It's a feature event. It really does showcase the current sires that are represented in our catalogue. We've gone from 2 outside runs to a competition in isolation of 3 runs. It'll be still $660 to go into the stallion draft, which will be the nutrient stallion draft, over 3 full rounds, and the winner will be judged over those 3 full rounds. But separate to that, the Stallion Shootout will now become a standalone competition with an entry fee of $220, still on our traditional Friday night. But that'll be for the shootout champion will be only that competition. So your top runs in the first round will go into an elimination cutout like your normal cutout. But it'll be, I think, a really good change for the program. Other than that, I think everything else looks pretty much as is. Only thing we've been asked about open age challenge. We won't be running an open age challenge this year. With Nominations expected to be between 150 and 200 for the 5 and under challenge. We'll be just running with that classic challenge for 2026.
And tell us, Laura, is there much of a change expected around the prize money that's going to be on offer, all happening at this event, given that there's been some of these event changes?
Yeah, so with all the competitions combined this year, we'll be looking at $750,000 in cash and prizes for the event. So it most definitely will be the richest event in Australia. Great one to be at.
Absolutely, it's very, very exciting. So once again, event dates?
Yeah, so 29th of January to the 8th of February.
Good stuff. Nominating a horse. If I want to nominate a horse for the sale itself, that kicks off from 8 a.m. Monday the 1st.
Yep.
And closes
on the 12th of September.
So Friday the 12th of September. So there's a bit of time. If you've got any questions, make sure you yell out. But thanks to those people who did send in their questions on socials. Those are the questions we've dealt with today. And look, if there's some more, send them to us, and we'll get the experts in Mark and Laura to be able to provide some of this information out for you on a consistent basis. Mark.
Just wanted to also, Laura, get people to understand, obviously you're busy building a catalogue when entries close for the sale. When do you want entries to open for your competitions?
Yeah, so our competition T's and C's will be available in November, with entries expected to open early December via Camp Drive Central.
Laura, just out of interest, when is it that people can expect news or information back on their nomination? So if I'm nominated, as a vendor, when can I expect a confirmation that I'm accepted in the sale? And then when is it that I'm expected to actually pay for my nomination?
Yeah, look, we don't have an exact date on that just yet. It's obviously all determined by how many entries we get, but we hope by early October we will be able to go out to everyone to say yes, no, any changes, etc. And from that point, you will have 7 days to pay for your entries.
Awesome. So around mid-October, we can expect to need to pay for our nominations and understand whether we've been successful in our entry for the sale.
Exactly, yes.
Fantastic.
On the catalogue too, mate, once we do go live, there's great opportunity for vendors to go in there and continually update information on their horses. It is a very big program. We've only had it one day. So I'd urge, as an agent selling on behalf of all you guys as vendors, work to try and promote your horses right through to sale day, because pre-work's the last chance to talk about the horse. We will have a bigger catalogue to get through, so we want to be working on selling horses on sale weekend. So if you've got additional information, the spring drafts, a lot of additional performance happens in these families after we've actually gone to print. So use that system. Mike, you can probably talk about the lot system better than any of us, but it's a great interactive tool for people to continue to promote their horses and use social media.
Yeah, you're dead right, Mark, and it's a really good point. There's nothing like it in the country. It is purely designed for people to be able to, for those vendors to be able to go in, consistently update, provide more and more information about the lots that they're looking to sell. But we'll definitely give people a reminder about how to do that after the completion of the nomination process. As we move into that cataloguing period, we'll get out online and provide some instructions for people to be able to continually provide those updates. But you're dead right, whether as a vendor or as a buyer, it's a great platform to be able to consistently keep up to date with what's available. Great stuff. Listen, we're really excited about the upcoming changes. I mean, it's very, it seems like a long time away at the moment, doesn't it? But we're about to jump into spring, and springtime is when all of those nominations start to roll in the door.